Kimberly Howland.
My name is Reverend Patricia.
My name is Dwight the Black Knight.
Tyler.
Cecil.
My name is Stephanie.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Brianna. Kimberly is a salary manager at a local Tulsa restaurant here. She makes $25,000 a year. She works at least 60 hours, and during the holidays, she works up to 80 hours. In a recent interview with Kimberly, she told me, running a restaurant is hard work, and 60 hours a week starts to take a toll on you. That's why it's such a high turnover rate in restaurant businesses. People get burned out. Kimberly, along with 4 million other Americans, rejoiced in May when the Obama administration and the Department of Labor announced the new overtime rule. The new overtime rule states that a salary position making less than $47,600 a year is required to be paid time and a half after 40 hours. As American citizens, we need to urge our leaders to get on board and not allow President-elect Donald Trump to repeal the new overtime rule. The new overtime rule creates a higher standard of living for the American people, and we need to fight for better quality of life for all Americans. Originally, overtime requirements for salary workers were for employees making less than $23,000 a year. This new bold overtime rule doubles its predecessor. The Department of Labor says that 30% of the United States workforce will be affected by this new overtime rule. If you make less than $47,000 a year, your employer will have to either raise your salary to meet the new threshold, or they will have to pay you overtime, time and a half, after 40 hours. This helps to create a higher standard of living because it requires employees to be paid fairly for the work they do. Remember Kimberly from earlier? She makes $25,000 a year. For a 40-hour work week, that equals about $13 an hour. For her normal 60-hour work week, that equals about $8 an hour. And during the holidays, when she pulls an 80-hour work week, that equals less than minimum wage at $6 an hour. We are squeezing everything we can out of our employees, and we are trying to get more bang for our buck in the employment world. That's no wonder that Forbes magazine reported 43% of Americans are unsatisfied with their jobs. The new overtime rule will also help improve family life. 50% of American families have both parents working. With both parents working, and if they were working overtime, that would create more need for child care and after-school services. Now, child care is expensive, and it is rising. So, if we start paying our employees overtime, then that will help offset the rising cost of child care. If the employer goes the opposite direction, it not only allows employees to have free time, but it also allows employees to spend more time with their family. The University of Chicago did a study that said that Americans who spent more time with their families had better marriages, there was a decrease in maternal depression, and their children did perform better in school. In other words, being paid for overtime helps offset the rising costs in child care. And if a parent is working 40 hours rather than the 60 hours they do not need to invest as much in child care and can spend more time with their family. The new overtime rule is receiving criticism for businesses. They are claiming that it will double their workforce. Let's take a look at Kimberly's situation from an owner's perspective. Kimberly makes $25,000 a year and works 60 hours a week. Now with the new overtime rule, she'll be making $20,000 a year extra in just overtime. Now Kimberly is one of 4 managers in her restaurant, which means that the restaurant will have to pay $80,000 extra in labor costs. A solution to that would be to hire one new manager. With one new manager, you're going to be paying $20,000 for 40 hours of work instead of paying Kimberly $20,000 extra for 20 hours of work. Also, you could work on some time management skills and delegate some of your salary manager tasks to your hourly workers to make sure that nobody goes over time. We as Americans need to stand together and not allow businesses to take advantage of us. We deserve to be paid for the work we do because we work hard. People like Kimberly, who pull 80 hours a week during the holidays, deserve to make more than just below minimum wage at $6 an hour. The cost of living is increasing in terms of health care, child care, and rent. And we need to make sure that the working class is able to keep up with the increasing cost. The new overtime rule is a step in the right direction. Please call your congressmen and senators. This rule went into effect December 1st, and already states like Texas are trying to appeal it. When President-elect Donald Trump takes office, this is one of the first things on the agenda for the Congress to appeal. We need to stand together and make sure that this doesn't happen. Because we are a country for the people and by the people. Thank you.